Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So before I start telling anything about the pour, I'm telling you what I'm using. I'm using clear resin, I'm using transparent resin. I mixed here some of the Pepple resin ink from Octopus. Here I have the interference pearl from Etta Art mixed in my jar. There you go. And the last color is the white, and the white is rather opaque. And I use the pigment drops from Etta Art. What I want to pour is the Seashell Technique. And I was inspired by our own technique. And when I say our own technique, it's a technique from Sandra Rettich and myself. And I visited Sandra last weekend. And Sandra uploaded on Thursday a video about the Seashell Technique. And I thought I just try it in the Pepple tray mold. We use the Pepple coaster mold, and I'm now using the Pepple's tray mold. And I thought I go in different layers. So I started here with my clear resin, then the transparent petrol resin. Now I'm using the interference pearl. I just make sure that I mix everything very well, especially the interference pearl, because you can always have the risk that there are some particles of the powder are falling down to the bottom of your mold, and then you have those traces, and this is not nice. So there I'm pouring the interference pearl. And at last, now the white mixture, which will come. Yeah, I just always use my heat gun a little bit just to pop some bubbles which are trapped on the top in my jar. So these are the colors, and now I'm continuing with some clear, pushing my colors out a little bit, and then I go again with my petrol color. Next one, the pearl, and then the white. I thought, why not trying this that way? I will for sure try this technique again. I hope you don't mind. And also in the Pepples mold, because I love it. I love the Pepples mold, as you may have noticed. And I hope I'm not boring you too much with this. But I want to try it again and let my resin set a little bit longer. I'm using here the ultra cast resin because it has a rather long working time. But I didn't let it set, I didn't let it get warm. I just poured after mixing. So I'm very curious how this is gonna work. My mold is still not full. I think this mold holds round about 430 grams of resin. So this is how I divided my cups. I never really wrote down my own recipe for the Seashell Technique, but I just go from what I remember, what I've done. I also use a little bit of feeling, like always. So yeah, anyway, you see, I just pour, and I hope that I will achieve a nice pattern on the other side. I also hope that I can see a little bit the different rows of my pouring, but you never know. And now I just have my fourth layer, the last layer, and I'm filling up my mold till it's full. And then I can take care for my glitter mix at the end, because yeah, I think it gives a nice ending with the Seashell Technique. And yeah, it was a test. It was just something, it popped out of my mind. When I was at Sandra's, I thought, why not using the tray? Why not pouring in layers and see what happens? So I just take a little bit of the clear resin and add some glass stones in silver. I think silver looks quite good with this. Then I will break up some shells and also some greenish glitter, greenish teal color. There are a lot of colors in this. This is from a cheap shop in Germany, sort of dollar shop, the Teddy. Then I had still some glitter where I don't know where I got it from. It's a little bit like brownish and copper color, and I have some white shells. The shells are from Colorberry, which I ordered a long time ago. So I'm breaking up some shells, and this is my mixture for the bottom part where I pour all my colors in there. So I just mix this and then it goes where it should go. And yeah, you can already see that the white is making its own patterns. So I hope that there's gonna be something nice on the other side, but there's gonna be a time lapse very soon where you can see how the resin is moving, what it's doing, and it's quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting also to see when you pour a little bit different, when you pour in different layers, how it's gonna look like. So I'm dividing here my glitter mix, and I hope it will match very nicely with the colors I've poured. I'm not expecting a bright color on the other side, even though the petrol is a quite intensive color. But I used a lot of clear, I used a lot of whitish colors, so I need to see. Anyway, this is now the time lapse, and it looks like ocean, like waves on that side, and I really like it how it's working. It's so interesting because this is, while I'm doing now the voiceover, the first time I really see and pay attention to it, what the resin is doing, and I just love it from that side. It really looks like ocean. Anyway, you see how the resin still moved after I finished the time lapse. It's very interesting to see, and I'm very curious. It pops out easily out of the tray, so I'm very, very curious how this is gonna turn out, and let's have a look. And look at this. You can see each single row. Okay, there's this block of the teal color at the beginning, but you can still see all the rows I poured, and I think it looks a little bit like a shell with the different rows, with a different pattern, and I'm very happy about this, and I want to do this again, like I said, and I want to wait a little bit till my resin is warmer. But this is now the final result. I gave it a little rim with a marker, just a copper golden marker, and I think it looks very great because you can see the single steps of the Cascade mold. Anyway, this mold, by the way, was from MoldsandShapes. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think I didn't. It's a Pepple's mold, and it's a fantastic mold. So with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching, guys, and take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.